Hey folks, lack of response here. It's time for another round of the good, the bad, and the weird. We're working out of this case again, and we are on the second knife in this case. The Reate Future. Let's move the case out of the way and take a close look. Get the camera zoomed in a little bit. Okay, that is a much more comfortable approach. We are going to talk about the good, which is things I like about this knife. The bad, which is things I don't like about it. The weird, which are things that make it unusual, interesting, different. And in accordance with prophecy, we're going to start with some measurements and size comparisons. Let's get out our trusty measuring tape. So we're looking at blade length, maybe 3.5 a cutting edge, smooch, maybe 3.75 overall if you go to the most prominent point of the handle. Smooch under 9 inches total. Just move over a little, get a little more centered. There we go. Okay. And size comparisons. Oh, we didn't do thickness. We'll look at thickness in a second. Okay. Large Sebenza 21 and Spyderco Mannix. So slightly bigger than the Sebenza and the Mannix. Thickness. A little bit of a chunkier boy. I'm going to say, a little bit more than the Mannix in thickness. Probably noticing something nice about it just looking at it this way. And we can, of course, grab a measuring device, and I'm going to measure from the flatter part. About a 1/2 inch thickness, because back here it wouldn't be accurate because there's kind of chamfered and domed and all that good stuff. Crown spine. Okay. So, of course, before we proceed, we want to zoom in stupidly and look at markings on the blade. That is the logo of Reate Knives, the maker. There's plenty of schmutz on this blade. It's seen a lot of action. That is the logo for Tashi Barucha, the designer. That is M390. It's the blade steel. So not a lot of billboarding, but of course enough to know what you got, which is fine with me. It's got enough to know what you're looking at, but not so much that it detracts. Okay. So, the good. Tashi Barucha does really nice designs. I've heard this one called a space banana. The handle does have a bit of that banana vibe to it. More so than what I usually call a banana, like the Microtech stitch. See, I think of this as a banana because of that curved shape. This has it too, but it's a skinnier banana. And let's see, this one came with Timascus inlays and pocket clip. Some little anodized markings in here where they machined in some little arrows and anodized the inside of it. That was nice. Nice kind of slightly bronzed finish on the handle. It's really a pretty knife. So the aesthetics are good. Action's nice. It is flipper only. That fuller is not sufficient to... is not deep enough really to get a spidey flick off of. Or a thumb flick off of. You got to use that flipper. It's not bad though, it's just only opening option. The spine is crowned, which is nice. It's got a nice flat grind that comes most of the way up, so it will slice very nicely. And if you want to choke up, you kind of can. I mean, there's some room there between the flipper and the cutting edge where you can get a finger, but there's nothing to stop your finger from going forward to the sharpened edge, so I wouldn't recommend it. So action's good, ergos are nice. The bad. I don't have any real gripes. I don't think I've ever had to take this knife apart. The action has stayed nice over the years. It is an integral, which can make it harder to take apart and put back together because you basically got to unscrew all this. I would say your best bet is to probably go in from the back and then lift all this out and get in there and then try to slide the blade back in and drop the pivot back in, and it would be a pain in the butt. But thankfully, it's well made enough that we don't have to do that. Reate has done a good job. Looks like there's a little lanyard hole there on the pocket clip, or maybe that's just how they decided to machine it instead of using separate standoffs. So that's kind of neat. You can see through it. Lanyard hole in the pocket clip. I guess that's weird. That's not bad. The D10's a little stronger than what I like on a knife, so that's my only real gripe. It's not like a you shouldn't get one of these if they become available. It's I like a lighter D10, and this one has a stronger one type of issue. I don't know how much of that is just because the handle is so narrow, and that's going to be my only gripe. Is the handle feels a little too narrow for that banana shape to be really comfortable. I would like I want a thicker banana. I need a little more girth in my cucumber, so that way I can get a comfortable grip, if you follow me. So the handle feels a little too skinny. That's my only real gripe. And the D10's a little too strong. And I honestly feel like having a taller handle would give you more places to put your fingers, so that way you don't make the D10 stronger by inadvertently getting a finger on the lock bar. The weird. When I ordered this knife, I ordered a different colorway. I think I had ordered a dark, like a black handle with the Damascus inlay, and I got this one, which was odd, but I didn't gripe. I'm like, okay, I got the Damascus inlays. I'm going to enjoy it. And I did. You can see the schmutz on the blade from use. Opening mail, breaking down boxes, cutting up food. These corners are kind of pokey. That's a little bad. I feel like they could have chamfered right there a little more and right there, done something, knock that down, because those are a little pokey. You don't want pokey bits on your handles. You only want the pokey right there. Not right there. Okay. So, the good. Blade's nice. Inlays are pretty. You can really see we've got... Can we see it? It's hard to tell. If I zoom in, maybe you can see you've got some different colors going on in the Damascus. And that's good. The bad is the handle feels a little too narrow. And the weird is, well, there's nothing really weird about it other than Reate quit making these. I know Tashi's gone on to work with a number of other knife companies, so you can find knives with that profile out there under different names. That's maybe why he called this the Future, because he planned to release a bunch of different knives in this shape. But yeah, that's the good, the bad, and the weird of the Reate Future. Tell me what you think in the comments. Please like, share, subscribe. And stay tuned for more. Have a good one.